Hello everyone, welcome to CommerceNet Scholars. I hope you all are perfectly fit and fine and you are being regular with the studies. Today's video is all about NABARD, which is an important topic that we need to discuss relating to the subject Institutional Framework for Business. What is the primary function of NABARD? Why it was set up, and how does it act as a subsidiary of RBI? That all we'll be discussing today. So let's start today's video without wasting any further time. Talking about the basic knowledge that you need to have about NABARD, we'll discuss that at first. Talking about the headquarter of NABARD is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. It was established on 12th of July 1982. These are some basic minute details that you need to remember for your examinations, right? Next point says it is an apex development bank in India. It acts as the subsidiary of RBI in reference to the development facilities that it is going to provide to the rural areas and the assistance that it is going to provide in the rural or backward areas and in the sector of agriculture. It is active in developing financial inclusion policy. What do you mean by financial inclusion? That we need to cover every segment of the society under banking. So this institution, NABARD, it aims at developing financial inclusion policy. It focuses on that. Next, a member alliance of financial inclusion. When this when this scheme of financial inclusion was introduced, it was an alliance It acted as an alliance to promote financial inclusion in the country and promote the economy, helping the rural and backward areas of the country by providing them financial assistance and refinance facilities. Coming to the next important topic for NABARD, we'll discuss about the role of NABARD. What important role NABARD plays? First is providing refinance to lending institutions in rural areas. What are the basic lending institutions in rural areas? We have the RRBs and the cooperative banks that are established under the cooperative societies. Right? So it provides refinance facilities to these institutions. Next, bringing about or promoting institutional development. Whatever institutional development is needed at the rural and backward regions for developing institutions over there, it provides facility for it. Next, evaluating, monitoring and inspecting the client banks. Whatever client banks are associated with it, it is going to perform the function of inspecting them that they are actually authentic enough or not for providing the financial facilities to the people or businessmen in the rural and backward areas. Acts as a coordinator in the operations of rural credit institutions. It acts as a coordinator, that means it links the money that is disbursed from the higher institutions and that has to reach the rural areas. So it acts as a link between the two. Next, extends assistance to the government, the RBI and other organizations in matters relating to rural development. Next is it extends its assistance, its help. Next, offers training and research facilities for banks, cooperatives and organizations working in the field of rural development. Whatever institutions and organizations are working towards the development of rural and backward areas, it provides training and research facilities to those institutions so that they can carry on their work smoothly. Helps the state governments in reaching their targets of providing assistance to eligible institutions in agriculture and rural development. Now again, it is going to help and assist the state governments in carrying on these functions. And the last role of NABARD is acts as a regulator for cooperative banks and RRBs. I told you earlier, it is going to provide assistance and help to the cooperative banks and RRBs as well, which are vested with the powers and functions of providing financial assistance to rural and backward areas for rural development and agricultural development. Now talking about the objectives of NABARD. What are the objectives? That means what are the aims or the targets that NABARD had set, and it was started with what objectives? First is the National Bank will be an apex organization in respect of all matters relating to policy, planning, operational aspects. Whatever the policies and planning operational aspects are related regarding the rural and backward development, it will be performing these functions. In the field of credit promotion of agriculture, small scale industries, cottage industries, handicrafts and other rural crafts and other allied economic activities. What are the areas, what are the fields in which it is going to provide planning and policy functions? In the field of credit promotion for agriculture, for small scale industries, for cottage industries and for other allied economic activities that are prevalent in the rural and backward areas. So one thing you need to understand is, while talking about NABARD, the entire focus is upon developing the rural areas and providing assistance for agricultural development. Second point says the bank will serve as a refinancing institution for institutional credit such as long term, short term, for the promotion of activities in the rural areas. Whatever activities, promotional activities are to be carried out, whether we are talking about improving the infra in the rural areas, providing health and sanitation facility, providing housing facility, providing agricultural development, different facilities for agricultural ease, all that will be performed by the help and assistance of NABARD. Third point says the bank will also provide direct lending to any institution as may be approved by the central government. It can also lend direct funds to any institution if it has been approved by the central government. And the last point says the bank will have organic links with Reserve Bank and maintain a close link within. As you all know, it is a subsidiary, wholly owned subsidiary of RBI. So whatever licensing is to be done, it has to be done with RBI. And whatever rules and regulations will be formulated, whatever the directions will be given by RBI, and it has to be executed by NABARD. Next, we'll talk about the functions of NABARD, which is really very important for you to understand. Talking about the functions of NABARD, there are three broad categorizations, which are credit functions that NABARD is going to perform, that is lending of funds and financial assistance. Development and promotional functions, providing training, research facilities or developing the institutions in the rural areas. And the supervisory functions, which means they are going to keep a check on the institutions or the organizations that are performing under it. So let's discuss all these three functions in detail one by one. First is the credit functions, involving preparation of potential linked credit plans annually for all districts of the country for identification of credit potential, monitoring the flow of ground level rural credit, issuing policy and operational guidelines to rural financing institutions, and providing credit facilities to eligible institutions under various programs. Now, whatever institutions are operating at the rural level, basically we are talking about the RRBs, that is the regional rural banks, or the cooperative banks, or any other institution that is operating at the regional or local level. It is going to provide financial assistance to those institutions, and it is going to help them so that they can provide credit facilities further to the people who want to avail the financial assistance, or the businesses that want to avail financial assistance, or the farmers that want to avail financial assistance for agricultural development to ease out their agricultural processes. Talking about the development and promotional functions, in order to reinforce the credit functions and to make credit more productive, NABARD has been undertaking a number of developmental and promotional activities, such as help cooperative banks and RRBs to prepare development action plans for themselves. RRBs and cooperative banks are going to perform certain functions that can help in their own development and betterment. Next, enter into memorandum of understanding with state governments and cooperative banks specifying their respective obligations to improve the affairs of the banks in a stipulated time frame. It is going to sign up a memorandum of understanding with the state governments and the cooperative banks so that the whatever obligations are there, they can be met out in time. Next, help regional rural banks and the sponsored banks to enter into memorandum of understanding specifying their respective obligation to improve the affairs of RRBs in a stipulated time frame. Next, monitor implementation of development action plans of banks and fulfillment of obligations under memorandum of understanding. In a gist, you can understand that whatever development facilities have to be provided, whether in the form of training, research, or the development of these institutions that are vested with the powers and functions of providing rural credit in the backward and rural areas, talking basically about the cooperative banks and the regional rural banks, that constitutes the development and promotional functions or activities of NABARD. Talking about the last topic of today, that is the supervisory functions of NABARD. Undertakes inspection of regional rural banks and cooperative banks under the provisions of Banking Regulation Act 1949. Whatever inspection processes have to be carried out, whatever checking has to be done, that has to be done by NABARD considering the cooperative banks and the regional rural banks. Undertakes inspection of state cooperative agriculture and rural development banks and apex non-credit cooperative societies on a voluntary basis. In a gist, for this also you can understand whatever institutions are there at the rural level, at the local or regional level, their inspection and their checking and their the formulation of rules and regulations for them has to be done by NABARD only. Next, undertakes portfolio inspection system study besides off-site surveillance of cooperative banks and RRBs. Next, provides recommendations to RBI on opening of new branches by state cooperative banks and RRBs. It is going to recommend RBI to have more of the branches of the state cooperative banks or RRBs if needed in a particular area. Next, we have administering the credit monitoring arrangements in scheduled state cooperative banks and central cooperative banks. I have told you that state cooperative banks are at the state level and central cooperative banks are at the district level. So credit monitoring arrangements have to be checked out, have to be maintained at both these levels, that is at the state and the district level by NABARD. So this was all about the functioning, the roles, the objectives, the description of NABARD. I hope it is clear to you all. Next topic we'll have in the next video. Till then, take care, thank you, and please be regular with the studies. Sort out your problems whenever they arise.